Hello, my name is Franklin. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm working on an asphalt mixer. It's an attachment that fits on a skid steer. They use it to grind up all the asphalt on the parking lots or driveways or streets. As you drive it forward with your skid steer, it grinds it up, and then they can use it again or recycle it. Okay, let's get a good look at it. Okay, you can see this part's the bottom right there where it goes up against the ground. You can see where you attach it onto the skid steer, you take off the bucket, and you drive your skid steer up to this one right here, and it latches up on there. Now, if you look up under it, you see those little teeth right there? Those things there, as you're driving forward, it grinds up all of the asphalt, grinds the crap out of it. See those diamond-tipped teeth? And then you just kind of grind it up, and they reused it actually. So, but if you look on the seal, that oil down there, it's got a bad leak right there and a bad leak on this side, because it actually uses the oil from the skid steer to operate. It connects up to these hoses right here. These hoses here connect to the skid steer, and see, one will be forward, one will be reverse, one will be a return, and then this, of course, is where it connects to where the bucket used to be. And you can see that one's leaking really bad. So I'm going to mark it, take all the bolts out, and we'll see what we need to do to fix it. You can see it's dripping, and it looks like it's dripping from the sides, right here, and right there, and on the bottom. So it's leaking on both sides. So the first thing we do is we mark this cover. Bang, put a little mark here and a mark there. One mark here and one mark there to make sure we get it back in the right spot when we put it back together. So let's mark it, take the cover off, and see if it has seals or gasket, and then we'll do the repair. Okay, the first thing we do is we clean it out real good. I have a carburetor cleaner here first. Loosen it up. Pretty nasty. Then I'll get the rag, take off the heavy stuff. Okay. The rag here. Clean all of the crap off of it first before we open it up. We don't want to get any trash in there, damage it. Okay, we'll get some more brake parts cleaner. Clean that off. Okay. Okay, let's move you over here. On the same. Okay, let's take the puppy off. First, we want to mark it. Okay. Let me mark it first. I'll get a marker. Okay, as you can see, I've already taken out a few of the bolts on it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to mark it so we can put it back together in the exact same spot without having any issues. So we'll put a little dot here, and a little dot here. That way we know that's where it goes. And we don't have any problem figuring out where it's at, just to be on the safe side. Because we want to put it back together in the exact same position we took it off. That way, in case it has a little bend, it'll be built in the same place. Okay. And this is a 16 millimeter. Now that one's going to be difficult. We'll get a wrench for that one since it's so far up there. It's a little bit too close. We'll find something else to do that one. Okay, now we see right here, that piece is coming down below the bolt. So there's no way I can get this socket in there. And the wrench won't fit in there either, except like this on the side. But you just strip it. So I'm going to loosen it up a little bit. I'm going to hit it with the punch just to loosen it up. A couple little bangs. Then I can use the wrench. Okay, it moved. Now that it moved, let's see, we got 5/8 wrench, and then we can just get it by hand. There you go. Go. Now let's get it loose. Let's tap it a little bit. Yeah, it's already loose. Let's take a look here. Okay, it looks like it has an O-ring in there. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to replace this O-ring. That's the only thing we can do. The only problem will be finding an O-ring that size locally. We may have to actually order it. Well, let me go see if I can find the O-ring. We'll need 2, and we'll come back. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the O-ring out. Yeah, it's a little worn. See that? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this cover back on so that no dirt gets in there. And then that way we can come back with a new one and put it on. See, it already got dirt in the cover. Okay. I just put one in there temporarily to hold it. Just to keep it covered. Okay, let's put another one up here. Just to keep it covered so no trash gets in there. Don't want any sand, grit, or dirt in there. Actually, I'm going to put 2 because it's moving. We'll put one more right here. Just to keep it clean. And then we'll go see if we can find these O-rings locally. If not, we'll have to order them. I went to the local hydraulic shop. This is the original one here. And no one had anyone that was anywhere near the right size, so the only thing I could find was this. They told me I had to call a manufacturer to get the original ones. So I'm going to try this. This one was a little bit too small. It looks like someone already tried to replace it and they couldn't find the right size. It was because these little ones here weren't even touching. So I tried to get one that's a tad bigger, but they only had this one, which looks almost twice the size of that one. So I'm going to try this one. See how it fits, I guess. If not, we'll have to order from the manufacturer to get the correct size. Let me take off these 2 here that are missing. I think that is a good fit, actually. Oh, maybe a little bit. they look bigger than the other one. I don't know where that worked out. Let's see here. That's the size I took off. It must have stretched somehow. Let's see what we got here. Huh. Let's see if we can get it to fit in there. It's in there. Now that looks like a good fit. That should not leak. It even sticks out a bit. That there looks like a really good fit, and it sticks out quite a bit. Let's just make sure we get all the dirt out of it. That should do it, actually. Okay, let's put this other cap back on. What did I do with the cap? Here's the cap. Okay. Now I'll have a mark right there and this mark here. So that means it goes like this here. Let's put these bolts in there. Keep it up against there tight. We don't want that thing to slip out. But it looks like it's going to be a much better fit than the other one. The other one was too small. I think what happened was somebody changed the seals because it was leaking and they could only find those tiny ones because they are a lot smaller than the ones that I found. These seem to be a really good fit compared to the other ones. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. Okay. They didn't charge me for those seals, I guess, because they just gave them to me, so I didn't even pay anything for them. And I guess they kind of just looked in there and seen what they had. And they gave me the two that were a little bit bigger than what I had, but it seemed like they fit perfect compared to the other one. The other one was really loose in the slot. So I think what happened was they probably changed the seals and they could only find them little tiny ones because they were quite loose. They didn't even hardly fit. These fit good. They were a little bit above the slot. They fit in there really good. I think that's going to be a good seal. Let me get some wrench and tighten that up. What I usually do is first tighten up one on one side, right all the way, just snug, and then I do this one out here, this opposite side, and I tighten it up all the way. And then on this side, we do the same, tighten it up all the way. Then we'll kind of balance it out. Over here. And up here. We'll have to do that one because with the wrench up there. Okay. This one here we'll have to do with this because the ratchet won't fit in there. Tight as we can get it. Really good and tight, don't want it to leak. should do it. Okay. Others. Get me this one. Okay, make sure they're all tight. That one's not tight yet. Good and tight. Unlikely that sucker will leak. That's a good seal. Okay, let's get the other side now. Okay, first we want to mark it. So make sure you put it back exactly the way it came off. So we'll tap it here. There's a mark, and there's a mark. That way we get it back on exactly the way it came off. Okay, well, let's put this one. These are a little bit easier to get to than the other side. Come on, baby, you can do it. Must have gotten hit because of its damaged. Slightly damaged. Okay, let's use this here. And this one is a 5/8. Let's try this one. Still a little, and it's been a little damaged. 1/4. Okay. Yeah, it's got a little damage. Probably got hit with something. There we go. It's coming up. We'll clean it up a little bit before we put it back on. Take them all off. Okay, let's tap it a little bit. There it goes. Oh, didn't see that one. That's not good. What's that stuff? Anyway, yeah, it feels a little loose. See how thin that seal is? Let me grab a pick to pull off that seal and put on the new one. Be right back. Okay, I have the new seal here. We'll pull out this one here. And you can see the difference. The new one's a little thicker because this one doesn't even take up the space. It looks like it probably was leaking in the past and they couldn't find the original seal, so they just got the closest thing to it that they could find, which was of course too thin. That's why it's leaking all over the place. So this one fits perfectly. I got this from the hydraulic shop. I went to a few hydraulic repair shops until I find one close to what I was looking for, and they didn't even charge me for it. They just told me to take it, so I gladly took it. I'll just kind of squeeze it in there until it sits good and snug. Look at that, perfect fit. Make sure it stays in there. Don't want it to leak. Okay. Make sure it's in there good and flat. Now what we want to do is put the cover on it, but make sure we don't move the cover. Once it's on there, we don't lift it because we don't want it to come out of there. Okay, so the mark, where's our mark? Mark is here and the other mark is up there. So we know it goes like that. And we want to keep it up against it because we don't want that seal to slip out of there. So let's put a couple of them in first. Tighten by hand, always snug. Don't loosen up on the cap because we don't want that seal to move and come loose out of there. There you go. It's in there. Now the seal won't come out. And it was a good fit. I don't know what size it was. They just gave me what they had. So unfortunately, I can't tell you what to ask for. You would want to take the old ones and find one exactly the same if it's the correct one. And if it's not the correct one, you want one bigger, of course. But I believe this was changed in the past because that one was way too small. It doesn't look like it was even used. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to test it because we don't have a skid steer here to connect it up to. But if it leaks, you better believe he'll be looking for me. Yeah, this is the one that was not sealing properly, not tightening properly. Okay. It definitely was off. See the mark here and the mark there? That's how they marked where it went. So someone took it off and put the wrong seal in there. This is what they could find, what they had. So they put what they had. Okay. I'm using this because this nut here is a little bit damaged. It won't work good with the socket, with the ratchet. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's put this back in. Okay. Get them good and tight. There's a lot of pressure in there, probably like 4,000 pounds per square inch. Okay. Okay, we're good and tight now. On this side is where it's damaged. Okay, good to go. We'll call that quits there. Thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate it. If you don't mind, take a second to hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.